So in this tip, we're talking about relations. Relations happens when you tie one or more files to a parent file. A few examples of this may be a PDF that was made from a Word document. If you later want to change that PDF, you may want to know which Word document it came from. So if you look at the parent of the PDF file, you would find the Word document that it came from, even if the description of that parent document had changed at some time during the history of the document. That's one scenario. Another one potentially is if you use a certain number of photographs in a production in another document and you had 20 photographs, but you only used 5 of them, you could relate those 5 to the Word document so you could quickly identify which ones you have used in that Word document. So there are a lot of uses for relations, and you'll probably find some in your own environment if you just think about it. But knowing you have the capability should give you some ideas. And I will show you how to actually do some relations between one document as a parent and then multiple documents having a parent. So here we go. So here's an example of relating a single file. As you can see here, we have a Word document called General Power of Attorney for John Smith, and we have a PDF that came from that original document. If I want to make it a relation, I can drag the file on top of the other one until you get this plus sign, and then release. And it's going to offer to make a relationship between the two files, and in this case we're going to say yes. Those two files are related. Now it gives us the chance to list them so we can see them together, and we can say yes to that. And here are the two files. One thing that a lot of people don't know is you can actually add a column in here by saying insert column, by clicking on that gray area and then choosing the option relations. In there we now see that this is a child and this is the parent. So even if we take this file name and give it a new file name, so we'll say specific Power of Attorney for John Smith and update that. So in a list you may not have noticed that these were related to each other, but because of the relationship we can always get back. On the bottom of the screen you'll also see a Relations tab that can be turned on. If that's not turned on, you can ask your reseller to do that for you, or you can ask us and we can help you get that done. It has to be done at the administrative level. The user can't do it themselves. But here we have a Relations tab, and in here we can see the relationships. So if we point to this, it will highlight the file. And if we go to this one, this is a child, and the parent is this file. So it's not the most intuitive thing in the world in this list, but this is basically showing you for this parent, this is the child, and for this child, this is the parent. So for the multiple file example, let's assume that this is a super document here that was made out of 3 sub-documents. If we want to know that these were related to this, generating this PDF, we can highlight the 3 of them here, and again, drag any one of them on top until we get the plus sign. Once it changes to the plus sign, we'll be prompted, we want to make these 3 a relationship. Click continue, and then we can say yes to view the files. And they are now related to it, and we will look at them in a new tab. And here we see that we have the General Power of Attorney, and the 3 files that are below it will be listed down in the Relations section down here. We see we have 1 parent, and we have 3 children. And if we look at one of the children here, we'll see that it is a child and it's got a parent with the child. Again, the descriptions are not the most intuitive in the world, but basically if you look at the parent, it's the easiest, but then you can see all the 3 children that are related to that file. So that's relations you can use for a single file, multiple files. You're not going to use it every day, but for those cases where you want to find things that are attached to a file, this is a great way of doing it. Thanks.